morning. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee Chat. So happy to see all of you here. And so this morning we are graced by Nicole, and she is the center of our attention. And I'm going to give a little intro to her. And then if anybody else has anything they want to add to her intro, you can feel free to do that. I know some of you here already know Nicole. So I've worked with Nicole. I was actually creating a post about Nicole yesterday. I've been on a panel with her. I've been in summits she's held, and now I've been in networking with her, and now she is coordinating and hosting my summit in October, which means that I have hired her to put together a summit for me. And so by that, I mean, and I do business a little bit different than some people, probably because I've been doing it a really long time. And I really like what I do, and I don't really care what anybody else does. I want them to do the best they can. I don't like to meddle. And so when I say I hired Nicole, I mean, I signed the contract and paid her and have just about walked away and just let her do her part of it and said to her, tell me what costume to wear and where to show up, and I'll be there. And so she is absolutely the brains and the brawn behind this summit and pulling it all together, and just does phenomenal work and is beyond extremely patient with me and my ineptness at knowing what she's doing. But that is Nicole Borghi. Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself. A little bit, I want to know a little bit personal too, so we can really relate to you.
Okay. So it's good to be here. I will say that. And thank you. And it's good to be amongst friends and people that I just met, and now they're going to be friends too, right? This is a great way to kind of network and grow the community. So it's good to be here. And thank you for saying that, really. And I love that Colleen is so open about who she is and what she does. Really giving that stay power to say, hey, I've got enough confidence in you. And that's a sign of a great leader, sign of somebody as a businesswoman who has done the task herself and knows, hey, here's where I shine, here's where I want to delegate to you. And that is a great collaboration. In and of itself. And you have to excuse me if my voice is a little scratchy. I just came back from Memphis. So I think I came back with a cold or something weird, but that's okay. I'm here anyway because this is the best place to be. And so you wanted to know a little bit about me? Well, I'm in sunny Florida. On a personal note, that is about me. What kind of things do you want to know about me? I had a green hornet when I was young. I told Lynn and her people the story. I don't know if you were there that day. When we were at the DMV with the Green Hornet, or so I called it. It was a GMC, so it was a wagon, and it was a fun car, and I was supposed to be there to get my license, and I didn't have a parent there, so we lied and said the lady down the road, way down the hill, and we got to persuade the gal at the DMV to get my license because I said, hey, I've already been here twice. My mom's not going to show up. She doesn't care, but I need to drive. I need to get to work. I need to get to school. So she gave me the test and I made it. So that was awesome. It's that there's a little story. Now you have a little nugget. I do whatever I got to do to get something done. And that's just the way you got a GSD to it.
I love that. And you know what, Nicole, you absolutely do. One of the things I love that you've done with my summit is that you were willing to jump on a call and what do you call that? She did interface with my speakers, helping them fill out their forms so that they could participate as speakers in my summit. And so there are certain forms and tech things that needed done that I'm sure she could have just sent an email or made a video, a Loom, and sent out to everybody. But the fact that she personally just jumped on with everybody, is that so, Nicole, Mike, or what? Just
Oh, spot on. She is amazing. That's how we met. So, absolutely, I'm so happy
true.
to see this. Man, birds of a feather.
That's true. And I know that it's just so helpful to me. Like I could fumble my way through things, but to know that she cares enough about what she's doing to be hands-on in her expertise and to literally take people by the hand and say, no, put this in there, put that in there, push this button, but to walk through those steps when it's something that's so foreign to so many of us. So I don't know, has anybody here held summits? Anybody had a summit of their own? No? Have you been a speaker on a summit? Raise your hand if you've spoke at a summit. So a few of us have done that. So yeah, a lot goes into this. Nicole, tell us, what's the magic? Like, why are we doing summits to reach our audience? I know that the last one I participated in with you, and I think was, I think Mike was involved, Lynn was involved. I think there were over 100 contacts made in that were warm leads to our email list from that summit alone. But how do you pull that magic together? How does it save us time? Tell us more about that.
Well, really, what it is when you're doing a summit, it's quite simply the simplest part to unpack is the leads. You're attracting leads. You want to make warm leads. You want to connect with your audience and draw an audience in, and then connection with the fortunes and the follow up on those leads. And part of that too is that's why you're doing a summit. You're not only attracting leads, but you want to attract leads that are aligned to your business, that are aligned to your soul path. You know, if you're a passionate person, and I'm sure you've already, you know why you're doing what you're doing, you know why what your goal is within a summit, or here, like today, your goal here is to network and edify people in your group, and to share with people about you and your business and your heart of gold and giving. And that's why you get on the stage. That's why you have this group. You have to have some type of intention and a goal. And so that goal is not only to attract leads, but to be able to follow up with people and give them not only just your gift, but share with them the magic of what you have to offer. You're here for business. That's what we're all here. We're here to scale without burning out. And summits really should be part of your marketing budget. You don't want to do Facebook ads, because Facebook ads, you never know who they're going to, when they're going to. And with the age of AI and AI bots, you never know if those ads are actually getting to real people. So if you are aligned on a soul path and your passionate purpose with who you're connecting with and who you're speaking to and how you're speaking to that audience, then you're going to attract those leads, and you want to keep them warm, and you want to continue to nurture them. And what a better way than to connect with that yourself than have somebody else do it. You don't want to give Facebook the power. You want to take your power back, and you want to establish control. And so in this age with AI coming, we need to be inventive and bring back to ourselves what we do and not give our power away. And so speaking is part of sharing your power and your voice. And if you truly are sharing what you are all about, then you're taking that power and that control back. So you don't want to just show up and ghost everybody in your audience after. You want to nurture them. And that is you building your network, and that's your net worth, and that's how your business grows.
Carl, you have a question?
Yeah, I do. Are you talking about live summits, or a live summit that you're doing for Colleen, or is this?
It's a virtual one that is live.
It's okay. So
Not
it's
in
live
person,
and
but it's
tape.
virtual.
Okay,
And
I
it will
got
be
you.
live,
Okay.
yes.
And I mean, usually a summit is to a specific topic or area.
Sure.
What is yours? I'm just curious.
Sure. So what I'm doing with mine, the point and purpose behind mine, is that I am launching my membership for my CRM services. And so in doing that, everybody has a membership, right? We've all heard that. I probably said that, and you probably rolled your eyes, and that's okay if you did, because I'm always game to set myself apart, right? I raise the bar every time, and this is no different. And so inside my membership, I have partnered with 12 amazing people, each one representing a different part of building your business online. And so, for instance, I have Lynn Lionhood over networking. I have Donna Sylvester over cards and relationships. I have somebody over Google business profiles. I have somebody over books, somebody over mindset, all the different aspects in your business. I have somebody over health care, insurance, just different things that you wouldn't just find together, but you need them all to build a business, right? So I have a VA agency. I'm trying to think of all the different things. I have Nicole for summits and speaking. So different power partners inside my membership. And what they do is they make it so that it's actually a really inclusive haven. You can come in and you can look around and you can say, oh, yeah, I need ads. I'm going to go to this person for ads. Oh, I need help with my business strategy. I'm going here. my storytelling myth just isn't hitting. I'm going to go talk to the storytelling expert. So I have all of these experts positioned inside my membership to help my clients and my membership members, right? And so each one of those people is presenting at my summit. And we're doing this in an effort to launch my membership, because so many people say, yeah, but you need a membership. People join your membership for a week, a day, 2, maybe 3 months. Maybe they forget and you get lucky and they forget that they're paying for it and they're in there for 6 months. This is what sets mine apart. Keith, quit laughing. I saw you laughing when I said that. This is what sets mine apart, is that you're always building your business. There's always room for more strategy. There's always room for networking. There's always room for growth in these areas. And I have these players right here positioned inside my membership for you. And so that makes it a necessity. Of course, I'm in there over CRM. And so Nicole is all of the people in here too. I don't want you to think that I ever chose any of these people willy-nilly. I've been doing business with these people for upwards of a year. So I know, like, and trust them. When I came on, and Ken, I'm not saying this to be offensive. I know you won't take offense, but other people might think it's weird. When I came online, somebody said I needed to hire a VA out of the Philippines. And I was like, not only no, but hell no. Would I ever send my money to another country, to somebody I don't know, to provide a service when I don't know them at all? And I got in and started networking, started meeting people, met with Ken, collaborated a little bit with Ken on a couple of things, and went, this girl is golden. And together we've helped build out her business as well, as her being my VA. And now she has her own VA agency, and I'm helping her build out her agency. And so that's how we build businesses. And so when we provide partners inside this community that can help you with every step of that sets us apart. Now I'm realizing some of you don't know each other. Let's each take a minute and just tell us what you do, something about you, so that we get to know each other just a little bit better. And then also be thinking, if you have a question, or if you've thought about doing a summit or more ways to generate more leads, if you have any questions about that, let's aim them at Nicole when we're done going around. We'll start with Carl, and we'll go Carl, Valerie, Curtis, Jeannie, Michael, Sarah, Lynn. And then we'll
Okay.
go from there. Go ahead.
I am Carl Lucci. I'm in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. And I've been doing free business consulting since 2010. I'm just kind of giving back right now. And I created a networking group called I Refuse to Fail. And we kind of follow the Zig Ziglar philosophy. And basically, I started consulting back in 2010. And I know that Colleen won't believe this, but I don't know everything. And so I figured by networking and having a networking organization, I could find people that either knew things I didn't know how to do things that I didn't know how to do, or just did things that I didn't want to do. And I could put them under my umbrella, kind of like what Colleen is doing with her summit. And so I have done that since 2010. So when I find something that one of my mentees or whatever you want to call them needs, then I can farm that out to those people and make sure they're taken care of. But I have to know, like, and trust that they will take care of my clients. So that's kind of where my space is and what I do. And I also created a new networking directory that it's about 19 cents a day to have a premium account. It's way too inexpensive, but that's the way we're doing it. I'm taking the same philosophy as a previous boss I had, that I'd rather make a nickel off 90% than a dime off 10%. So, if anybody's interested in that, it's called the Connections Directory. It's real easy to find, connectionsdirectory.com. So you might want to check it out. We've got a lot of features, and we're building it out to be even bigger and offer more than most other platforms have at a very, very low fee. So that's a
Thank you.
unapologetic push for that. But and also Colleen, just to let you know, all these videos, being that you have an account there and you're a premium, you can put all these videos on your account. I don't know if you were aware of that.
That's good to know. Can I give my VA my login so she can do that?
You can.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, Valerie.
Well, thank you, Colleen. So my name is Valerie Smith. I am in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, formerly Wyoming. We grew up in Rollins, Wyoming. And I am a licensed financial professional. And I set myself apart from what you hear as a financial advisor Those people have brick and mortar stores downtown, and they are ready and willing and available for clients to come in and initiate a transaction. My clientele are people who don't know they need to do this, and they don't know that they can do this, and they don't know that they deserve to do this, and they don't know that they owe it to themselves to do this. That is 80% of Americans. That's the major majority of people. They don't realize this needs to be done, and they don't realize they are in the I am qualified category. As long as you have money, as long as you have income, you owe it to yourself to pay yourself first. So we do a systematic approach with 4-letter E's. E1 is educate. E2 is encourage. E3 is excite. And E4 is empower. So we make sure that when someone becomes a client, they have been thoroughly versed in this whole process. And they are on the board now. They are on the books because of the process we took. So it is my mission to make Americans prosperous without having to depend on anybody else to do it. The reason I'm so passionate about it is because it happened to me. When I was a teacher, I was not the go to Edward Jones type of girl. I was not the go to Prudential or Merrill Lynch type of girl. I was just the paycheck to paycheck kind of girl. I was on the receiving end of what that man did for me and for my family and for our household. And it was a complete game changer. If he hadn't come around, I would still probably be paycheck to paycheck. I was a college graduate with a master's degree in administration and knew almost nothing about money management. So I do think it's proof in the pudding that it needs to be done for people. And I'm that person. So
That's amazing. And you know what? You're right. And so it's so much easier to sell a business and an idea and a concept if it's based off something you've done and experienced. And I've seen you do this too. So yeah, good job on that, Val. Curtis, your turn.
Thank you very much, Colleen. Curtis Rivers from sunny England. My background is basically from the movie industry, where I was a Hollywood stuntman for 30 years. And I did okay in the movie business, been in some big blockbuster movies, broke a few world records, made many millions, won awards, but was like desperately, suicidally unhappy. So the reason for this is because it wasn't me at all. And what I did is reimagine my life to be in alignment with the real me. I reignited the passion inside, which was my true calling. And I went on to become a coach that helps people do just that. So I work with people, typically small business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, who find themselves just a bit lost, that they've gone down a certain path. Maybe they've done really well at it for a while, but they've got to the end of the rainbow and there's no gold there. It doesn't fulfill them. And they're starting to jump from one thing to the next. Try this for a little bit. That doesn't work. Let's try this for a little bit. And they're getting a growing anxiety that is starting to keep them up at night. You know, what if this doesn't work out? What if I put all this effort into something and actually I don't even like what I'm doing now? How did I end up here? And I work with these people. I've created a really in-depth 8-week program where I work one-on-one with these people. And I just work on their mindset. I'm a qualified NLP practitioner. I do emotional freedom technique, hypnosis, a thing called soul transformational therapy. So I'm a holistic coach. I work with the mindset and reprogramming, that kind of thing, dropping limiting beliefs and reaffirming positive beliefs to change the mindset and drop old programs and old stories. But I also work with the heart set on a emotional level, all the things that weigh us down and just releasing them. So it's like taking rocks out of a backpack and you feel free again. And I hold their hand for 8 weeks and they emerge the other end completely realigned, and I've reignited their life and I absolutely love what I do now. That's my true purpose. So I turned my back on an industry that paid me a lot of money to earn a little bit less, but doing something that makes my soul sing. And that's what I do now.
Yes, there's a lot to be said for getting your soul to sing. That is for sure. Jeannie, how about you? You're muted.
How
There you
about
are.
that? All
Perfect.
right. I'm glad to be back. I've been on hiatus, kind of. Yeah, so I help women like me, purpose-driven, awareness-driven, capable, who are still feeling unfulfilled. They've done a lot. For a while that's felt great for them, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's something missing, and they want to connect deeper to who they really are and why they're here. And I help them dissolve these inner blocks in their way so that they can connect to who they are, why they're here, step into their potential, and create alignment that is actually truly connected to their souls. We could say calling, purpose, create their life filled with meaning, soul-led success, I call it sometimes. Yeah, so that's what I do.
I love that, Jeannie. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Everybody rearranged on my screen. Go figure. So Sarah, let's go to you next. You're muted. There you go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Fernandez, and I am a clarity and growth coach. I work mainly with women. I'm also the editor of Life Mastery Magazine, which is a digital monthly magazine, also mainly for women, midlife women. And it's free, so if anyone wants to subscribe to that, please do so. And I'm also the community leader inside Life Mastery Circle, which is, again, a community that I've created just for women who are going through a lot of change in their life, be it their personal life or their professional life, and who just need a little bit of clarity and a little bit of support to show up for themselves. And that's me. Thank you.
All right. Donna, are you ready?
I am ready.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Colleen. It's Donna Sylvester from Seaside, Oregon, so it's a little early out here. I appreciate being here. I help my folks tap into the magical power of gratitude to build business, build referrals, increase sales, and they do that by using gratitude to build connections with the people in their sphere. People that they work with, people that they live next to, people that they play with, people that do services for them, repair their car, cut their hair, serve their coffee at Starbucks every morning. And as we pump gratitude out into the world to the people that we interact with to let them know that they're important to us, that we see them, we know what they're doing, we value what they're doing, that gratitude energy draws the same energy frequency right back to us to help us build our businesses. I do that through a system called Send Out Cards, which I'm betting that most of you have heard of. Been around for 22 years. I've been with them 15 years. And it gives you the ability to create a custom card on your computer or your phone. Click send, and we mail it for you anywhere in the world. And now we can even do that digitally, which makes us able to have instant impact for somebody who has shown up for us during the day. And then we can take that digital card we did to create instant impact and convert it like that to a print card and send that same card in print as a follow-up to the person that we're reaching out to. So I work with any businesses that want to do a better job of saying thank you and nurturing the relationships in their business. And I appreciate being here, Colleen. Thank you so much.
You're sure welcome. How about we go Allie, Nicole, Keith, Becky.
Hi everyone. Hi Colleen. Happy to be here, and it was a very interesting topic, and glad to meet Nicole and everyone again. What we do, I'm part of a design and ops duo So my husband and me, we do graphic design, branding, web design, and mostly we specialize in everything that is visual. So we can also tackle digital and marketing topics, but we focus on everything that is visual, starting from logos and, from logos to social media content visuals. Literally yesterday we were watching a movie, my husband and I, and there was a scene where a girl and a boy like kind of met, and like they were just walking on the street and they saw each other, and they like this type of thing of like love at first sight, or this kind of very fast attractions when you see someone and you have this chemistry and like and so on. The thing is that, and I was like, yeah, and people don't notice how important it is, like the visuals, because literally anything, like at least for everyone who's here, starts with our eyes. Like we approach anything with our eyes. We are walking on the street, we see something interesting, we see something interesting. It's interesting because we saw it. The only way to realize something is there, is our eyes. And we miss to consider this in many times. Like, there are a lot of things that are important and, for businesses, but it all goes through our eyes first. And that's what we do, like then we are responsible of making it all grow more and more. There is, of course, strategy. After that, there's strategy in the visuals as well, of course. But we open that first door. There might be so many businesses that are so good, so solid, that might be able to help a lot of people, but they are just not getting noticed. And not because they don't have the structure, not because they don't even have, the experience. It's just because people might not even see them. Maybe your logo doesn't reach out to your audience. Maybe your social media, maybe you're launching an ad campaign and people are seeing it. It gets a lot of impressions, but then no one really likes what they are seeing. No one really feels connected to it. Maybe the copy isn't really sending the right message, the visuals, you just don't connect with it. So maybe you're just burning money. And that's what we do. We open that first door, and we do it through strategic and aligned design that helps people, brands connect with their audiences. Yeah. So if you ever feel like you could use some brand refresh, if you can better align what you are doing, your vision and your mission with your visuals, and that could help you boost all your marketing efforts, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Allie. That's you, Nicole.
All right. No, just trying to swallow some of this. Sorry. Hey, well, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm Nicole Borghi. And basically you want to know what I do. I run summits. I run virtual events. I run them so people can get seen and heard and get paid while grabbing the mic. If you're waiting for someone else to give you a stage, you're going to be begging on people's doorsteps. And we know that not everybody, anybody outside of this group itself probably aren't going to really bring that collaboration that we look to get. A lot of people, you'll do a lot of homework. It's kind of like high school, right? You get in the group, you end up doing everybody's project. If you're a little bit smarter, they kind of the little charming one or whatever, will kind of con you into doing the work, or they'll leave if you catch them and bring it to their attention that, hey, I don't want to do the work for you. You get stuck in that. So don't do that to yourself. I really want to, for me, the passion is to give you the control, share with you, to be the captain of your ship, so to say, to bring that back for you to strive in your business. And it's all about you being the center stage, you being the one to grab the mic. It's about your business, and who else is going to be the better salesman than you yourself to share that information with someone. You really don't need anybody else to edify you. Do it yourself. You're your best salesman. And hosting a summit or a virtual event, it really gives you the mic and for you to build the authority. We talk a lot about other people, try to get on someone else's stage, but are they aligned? Or are you just grabbing the mic? People have free podcast. Sometimes that's a good thing, but have you done the research? And that's all about what having a summit is. It makes you the expert. And
I love that. And we're going to circle back because I have some questions for you about that. Keith.
Top of the afternoon, as it is here. Greetings from Ireland. For the couple of people here that don't know me, I'm heavily involved in the health space, have been for 17 years, because I learned back then that it was possible to reverse heart disease. It was possible to reverse all kinds of health challenges. And I'm on a mission ever since to help as many people as possible to have that control for themselves, whether it's by avoiding issues in the future, whether it's they already have an issue and they want to work on it, or if they're just in the sports arena and they want to perform and recover better. We actually had a guy who actually cut 15 to 20 minutes off his best time in triathlons because he improved his oxygenated blood supply around the body and gave it better nutrition to work with. There is no limits. I've watched people correct some of the worst conditions you could think of. And like a guy in the UK I was helping lately, he's now walking 5 to 10,000 steps a day. But when we started talking to him first, he was bedridden with multiple sclerosis. He's on zero medication. He helped his body to solve the problem. And it's a privilege to be able to do that and guide people. That's where I am.
Thank you, Keith. All right. And we are going to try to keep these to 1 minute so we can get back to Nicole. I have so many questions for her. Becky, you're up. Did I catch you eating too? Oh, you're on mute, honey.
There we go. I'm sorry. No. Becky Wilson, One Stop Insurance Solutions, and I am based in Ohio, but operate in multiple states. I help entrepreneurs and business owners get their time back, shave costs off their bottom line, retain their employees, and keep their digital assets safe. And I do that by teaching time management, time blocking skills with goal setting, cutting down their operational costs with healthcare costs, and also by teaching them about cybersecurity, because we all know that that's a big deal right now. And I just wanted to ask you guys a question. Were you aware that every second 54 businesses are being hit with a cyber attack? And some of them may not even know until 9 months down the road.
It's crazy. That's crazy. I've heard that, but that's crazy. Holly, can I skip back to you? My screen rearranged again.
You said get back to me?
So can you go now?
Oh, yes.
It's going backwards on my screen is what I meant. Sorry.
No. Thanks, Colleen. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm usually in another meeting, but I get to do this today because my son has COVID. So I have to stay home and isolate. But I'm grateful to be here, as I said, and I am Holly Holiday from Holiday Creative Marketing. I live in North Carolina, and I have a product that is called Website in a Day with Holly, and this is for all the people out there that are juggling a million things and they're trying to do everything themselves in that small business solopreneur, and they've either created a website that is not up or is just not filled out. It's when someone comes to it, they have no idea what they do. It's company centric instead of customer centric. And I help businesses get seen and get up there fast, and love what I do. I have a quote that came to me that says, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do," by Steve Jobs. And that goes back to what Curtis was saying, and it just makes my heart full. So if you are in need of a website or marketing, I'd love to talk with you. And for everyone here, I'll give a free website audit to see if yours, all of your work and message is customer concentric or company consistent. And make sure that you have the pain points when someone comes to your site. they know what you do in 3 seconds, because we're in a one-click nation and people are going to be on your site and off immediately if they don't know what you do. So I'm grateful to be here. Holly Holiday, Holiday Creative Marketing. I'll put my information in the chat, and my telephone number, I think, is on my screen. Thank you,
Perfect.
Colleen. And thank you, Nicole. I love hearing you and telling people all about you, because you are the best at what you do.
Thank you.
Michael, are you ready, sir?
I am.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. And thanks, Colleen, for doing this. And hello, everyone. I'm coming from Northwest Indiana in the beautiful Indiana Dunes, right at the southern tip of Lake Michigan. And I am a performance and engagement specialist. So what I do is I work with small and medium-sized businesses, and I develop organizations and people through strategic workforce optimization. What I do through consulting, training, coaching, is I help businesses build environments where employees can really show up strong, do great work, and drive performance. I firmly believe that people want to show up in their jobs and do a good job and contribute something and do meaningful work. And I think a lot of times business owners or managers or supervisors, we just we kill that spirit, right? And we just suck the life out of people sometimes. And I know, because I used to do it myself when I was in certain roles. So I help them, help business leaders change that and create these great environments. I'm going to share something in the chat with everybody. It's a link to my best places to work playbook that small business owners can download and kind of look at some of the things that get in the way of creating a best place to work. And there's even a self-assessment in there. So if you happen to know of any small or medium business owners that are struggling, please pass that on. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Stephanie. Stephanie was our co-host last week.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad to be able to be here. Sometimes I have a conflict, and I have one right at noon, but I wanted to make sure that I support it because that's important to me. I'm Stephanie Oden, and you can find out the most about me by going to my website at stephanieoden.com. I am the one that works with introvert women that are leaders, business leaders, or entrepreneurs. And I have a community that's geared to helping them be their next best self in what they do. I am an introverted AFF, absolutely fabulous and feisty. So thank you again, Colleen, for creating the space for us to network.
Thank you for being here, Stephanie. And now, drum roll, my favorite VA in the whole world, Candice.
Thanks, Colleen. Hi, everyone. I'm Candice. I have a virtual assistant agency, and I help small business owners, whether they need help and extra right hand with their admin, tech, and social media content. And I collaborate with Colleen with her CRM. So basically, if you sign up to her CRM and you need a virtual assistant or somebody to set it up for you and do the work instead of you wasting time setting it up, then I can help you with that.
Thank you, Ken. Mike, that's you.
That me now?
That's you.
All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. Nothing's working right today. That's just my day. All right. So anyway, if whoever doesn't know me here, I'm Mike Asherbrenner, and folks call me the Redneck Connector. And it's real simple. I help business owners cut through the noise, nonsense on LinkedIn and YouTube to land premium, high-value clients. Without nonsense, without DMs, pitch slapping, driving people nuts, dog catching, all that nonsense, and dead-end networking. I'm also the founder of the Hounds of Business community and ecosystem, where it's trust first. Referrals flow. You don't need the sales pitch. So folks are tired of spinning their wheels with gimmicks and get-rich-quick shit that doesn't work. Yeah, we want real connections that lead to real business, right? So love to connect. I'll drop it in the chat. And many of you are hounds and folks already, so love to be in this. And I met Colleen through Nicole Borghi Summit. So absolutely proof positive it works. If anyone's on the fence, get off that fence, land on the summit. That's all. Appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Thanks for coming, Mike. Agape.
Thank you. Yes, Agape Garcia is my name. I am the founder of Confronting Domestic Violence, a 501c3. And in today's climate, with all of the funding being revoked from federal level and also corporations not being as open either, we are now not just serving real-time survivors in the community, but we're also providing professional services for corporations and small businesses that need to meet the Workplace Violence Prevention Plan requirements, and we're doing that to sustain ourselves. Everyone knows someone, unfortunately, and we're here to fill the gaps.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. That brings us to Miss Lynn Lionhead.
Yay, just as my housekeeper stopped vacuuming. That's wonderful. Lynn Lionhead with Legal Shield and ID Shield. So I help individuals, I help small business owners, their employees. So many times, you guys are all busy working your businesses, and something in your personal life may come up and you just don't have the time to take care of it, but you need it resolved. So let me give you a quick example. I had a Verizon representative said that he had a disability claim that several years before he had not been able to collect on, and that was really bothering him every day. And so he took Legal Shield, thought that it was inexpensive and maybe it could help him. The Legal Shield lawyers wrote a letter for him. He got a $5,000 check. He said, what a great investment for his $30 for the month. So that's the kind of stuff that I do. I also have Lunch with Lynn, which is an international radio show once a week on Thursdays. Information is in the chat. It is free. I would love to have you come out and help to make connections and opportunities available for each and every one of you. And Colleen, you get better every single week at what you do. This is really growing, and I think everybody appreciates you. I don't think people realize, some do. I know Carl's on here. I know he does. It's a lot of work to put together an event like this. It's not just a matter of invite a few people, they all show up, which is not true. And then, it's all over and done with. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that needs to be done to make this successful. And you have stuck with it, and you're being blessed. Take a good look at what's happening.
Thank you. And I appreciate all of you being here. And I appreciate your example too, Lynn. I love going to your networking events. Okay, Nicole, you ready for the hot seat? Because I'm coming at you hot and heavy.
I'm always ready. Let's go.
Okay, I have four things I want to touch on. One, I want you to explain the actual steps to creating a summit so people can be confident in deciding that they want to host a summit. We'll start there.
Sure. Well, so there's only 250 hours that's involved in a summit. So which kind of steps do you want to start with? There's a lot of stuff involved, and it can be overwhelming, but I'll go simply. I mean, basically when you're creating an event, the easiest burden to entry is Zoom. So, use what's powerful, use what people understand, and bring them into a space like this. And this is what you're doing right now, just like Lynn said about your event here, Colleen, is you're bringing people together, and that's what we need to use the tech for, and the great AI that's coming forward. Let's use that for there. But there's a few steps. Basically, you're going to start with a strategy. What's your goal? How many people do you want to have? What kind of money do you want to make? And do you want to have sponsors? And we do need to talk about that, Colleen. But that's really what you are. Where are you aligning? So what's your goal? Who's your audience? So you want to basically just take what's in your simple business plan and see, hey, you've got an audience in simplified CEO systems, basically 45 and up, people that really don't want to do the hard tech. So those are probably the people you want to concentrate on, and they're already your avatar. So keep it simple. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Okay, so I'm going to top that by saying, when I say tell us how to do this, I want to know the steps to get to you, because I already know that my plate is full. As most of the entrepreneurs on here, I can bet that their plate is really full. And so the quickest, simplest way to host a summit is to contact Nicole. That's the correct answer. Contact Nicole. Nicole's going to tell us how to do that, and then she will guide you through all these things. But I want to circle back to what she said the A word, alignment. Let me just go in here for a second, deep dive in that alignment word, and tell you my experience when I first did a summit that I paid multiple $100s to speak at. and did not know enough to research everybody that was speaking at the summit and with me and around me and all of the things. And I ended up that when I finished my presentation, the gal that jumped on after me was selling glass adult toys.
It's got nothing to do with your business, right?
I don't even have it. I'm as speechless now as I was then.
But that happens, right? So in a summit, if you don't know,
what? I ran for a year, a solid year. I spent running the other direction, going, not me. No, hell no. I don't want to be in that situation. And so coming to Nicole, one of the first things she said was make sure you've got alignment in who's speaking, right? And so when I spoke at other summits, she came and said, you would be a great fit in alignment with these speakers. This would be good for you. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I see this now. So we tried to do the same thing in my summit. So alignment is huge in that.
You know, at least they were glass. They must have been high quality.
I don't even know. I was just,
it's healthier. But yeah, unless you're marketing and you're marketing to the speaker that's on OnlyFans or something like, or that's your target audience, it's really not going to work, is it? And
Right.
and this is what happens when we just say, okay, I want to do it. We will all want to be invited to the barbecue.
And
we all
honestly,
want
the
to
thing
show
is,
up.
yeah, I was totally afraid to reach out to the leads. Because number one, I didn't want my name associated with that. And I didn't want to reach out with something they didn't need. And it was just a whole of confusion I didn't want anything to do with. And so I don't think I ever put any of them in my CRM. I think I just ran as fast as I could. So we're going to reach out to Nicole, and her information is in the chat. And we're going to just know that she makes it easy, that she says, look, we need to talk about this now. Let's sit down and talk about this. When you start with her, before you ever sign anything, you get a consult and you get to talk about your strategy. And she'll say, yeah, it's a good fit, or no, or have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And give you the time to organize your thoughts and your goals. So like Jeannie, you may be thinking, hey, I'd like to generate some more leads. You do your webinars, you do your classes, you do your things, but this is something maybe a little bit different for you. And so you can say, I want to talk to her about it without committing.
And you can do that. You don't have you can be a committophobe, and we can have a conversation. I won't tell anybody if you won't. I'm okay. I'll keep it private. But really it's, what do you want to do? And I'm not afraid to tell you, hey, no, maybe this is not a good fit, or hey, maybe you're not ready for the time. You've got to have the audience. You've got to have you've got to be in that place where you're ready to do it. Because if you're non-committal and we're not ready to make a decision, and you don't know who your avatar is, I don't want you to waste your money or your time.
Right. And that leads me to the fact, Nicole, that in doing a summit, and so a summit will attract my audience, right? But it will also attract the power speakers that you're speaking with, their audience also. And so that means that if I'm bringing 12 people onto the stage with me that are power partners, I want to not only vet them, but look at their audience, make sure they've been established and that they align, and then know that we'll be reaching their audience as well. And so it becomes a much broader base for generating leads than just my audience. Does that make sense to everybody?
Could someone define the word avatar in this sense, please?
So your avatar is your audience, your perfect client, right? Maybe Valerie, I'm not sure who your client is off the top of my head, but I would gather that, perhaps if who is your top client, Valerie? Who do you like to work? Is it teachers and you want, or do you have like a specific generality of age, income level, maybe where somebody works?
Young married adults are my favorite because they already have a sense of commitment.
Perfect. And that's your avatar. So who do you want to work with? Who's your special people that you really want to address? So with that avatar, you're going to do a little research, and that's kind of where the summit comes in. And I can always help with that too, to make sure that we're angling to the right audience. But who's that avatar? Who are you reaching out to? And who are you promoting within that your business too? So you want to do a little research on where they hang out. What's their stomping ground? Are they more on Facebook than they are on LinkedIn? You know, those business things we have, that boring stuff that we have to pick one kind of thing, one client that we want to go to, and that way you can get to everybody and anybody. Because if you start with anybody and everybody, it's total confusion or it's really vanilla and you're not talking to your exact client. So who do you want to be put in front of?
Thank you.
Okay, and so then talk to us about if we're not ready to do a summit. Maybe that's a huge leap for some people. Is it a better safe spot to start with speaking? And how can connecting with you help us land the right speaking?
Well, that is a great question because yeah, you could just come on the stage. You can grab a mic, you can be on the stage, absolutely, and say, hey, do you fit? Like for me personally, I work with a lot of people and I collect, and I believe I put a form in there. I'll put another one in there, but I collect data for speakers who want to come on the stage because I tend to run in two circles. I work with coaches, lighthearted people, and then I work with CEOs too. So it depends on which summit, or if I'm working with someone like Colleen, maybe she needs a different type of power partner. Maybe her marketer or brander wasn't able to come to the summit, so she needs someone else to speak on it. So we can use that too and say, hey, maybe you have a story, a presentation, you want to get interactive, you want an interview, and you want to come on the stage and grab the mic. But what's the experience level? So we'll have a conversation. I do take a lot of time, and sometimes people view it as being a pain. That's okay. You're not my client then. But I take a lot of time personally because I feel that I want to know that you're right for the audience and you're right for the stage, and the audience is not going to waste their time. Being there, that they want to hear, that they're going to get a takeaway. They're going to get something tangible that they can run with and go, oh, I can put this square in this square hole. I'm not going to try and stuff a square into a, peg into a round hole. And that's kind of what you do when you're not flowing on the stage and you're not meant to that. So I want to make sure that definitely at the bottom point that those leads that you're speaking to are going to make you some money because they have in the past made some great connections. The speakers like to work with each other. It's great referral partners. And I know somebody spoke on the stage, took leads. The fortune was in the follow-up and they made over $10,000 worth of a connection for them. That's not for everybody. That's not something I can guarantee, but what's the follow-up that you have planned?
I love that. And so lastly, let's touch on visibility and how the leads are generated. They're generated through summit signups, freebies, VIP gifts, sponsorships. Let's dive into that a little bit, Nicole, and anything that I missed in that.
Sure. So a freebie like I have here, and I'm going to put this in the chat. I want you guys to get this gift. Here it is a GSD journal, and so that's for you to get it done, right? What do you want to put down? That's a freebie. But that's for you. It's something quality where you can print it out, or you can just note on there if you want to make it convert it into a Google Doc for yourself. So you can really be methodical and plan strategically what that next step is. Put your head in the game and put that out there. Is that freebie worth something to people? If it is, they're going to get it. Whether it's free or it's a one-to-one call. If you're just setting up a one-to-one call and you have no call to action as a speaker, or you have no call to action in that meeting that someone's with you, yes, it's about business. Honestly, let people know you want to get them on a call. You want to help them. You want to give them something a little more tangible, help them out. It's the putting it together, right? That people are paying you for. Give your stuff away for free. Don't hide it. It's everywhere and anywhere. It's like pictures of you in high school. Those pictures are out there, guys. It's already out there. So it's the I cannot think of the word right now, but it's the process of you putting it together for them and helping them out and giving them the guidance. Not like, hey, you got to pay me $20 million and I'll actually maybe kind of tomorrow show you sometime, but keep paying me money. That's not what that implementation, that was the hard word I couldn't think of. But that's what's golden. And people know that they're giving you their email, so don't feel shame about it. Connect with them. They want you to connect with them. That's why they come here. They want you. You know what? I'm going to share something that nobody talks about. There's a huge thing called an unsubscribe button. If they don't want to hear from you, they have the ability to press that and unsubscribe from your emails. It's okay. You're not hurting anybody.
And then there are people like me. I'm just going to touch on the unsubscribe. you can get your whoever helps you with your CRM to actually create a specific unsubscribe button. And so if you get my newsletter and you do not want it, you can unsubscribe just from my newsletter. If you don't want any event promotions from me, you can unsubscribe from those. If you don't want my networking newsletter, which is totally separate, and most of you haven't gotten that, then you can unsubscribe from that. The trick with the unsubscribe button is that, and I addressed this with someone earlier today, is like, I don't want all the information from you, but I want to be able to reach out to you in email. So I don't want to unsubscribe, but please tag me different, segregate me out in your CRM so that I'm not getting everything. I just want to be able to email back and forth with you and collaborate, but I don't necessarily need your product, right? And so don't be afraid to unsubscribe. Don't be afraid to communicate. That's what these people are in here for. And so when I leave a summit, I like to reach out and thank them for coming to the summit, ask if they have any questions, just a little bit of a review of what I taught in the summit. And then I add them into my weekly newsletter. So, and then that gives them the opportunity, because I share things in my newsletter, to go get other things if they want other things, or partake in the freebies or the VIP gifts. Carrying on, Nicole.
Yeah, that is great. You know, there's power in that. You can say no. And you know what? There are people I unsubscribed from years ago, and I'm like, how come I can't get your emails now? I'm ready to connect with them. I just wasn't ready then. It just wasn't aligned. Again, back to the alignment. It's okay. You never know when you nurture something what you're going to come back to, and the power when you're really truly ready to collaborate or be a power partner. And I think
Okay, has
Lynn has a
everybody
question.
make
Yeah.
sure you dropped your information in the chat. And then Nicole, what did we, let me go back to my questions here. What did we, oh, let's talk a little bit about sponsorships. Let's talk a little bit, oh, we're overtime. We're going to just dive into this real quick before we jump off. Let's talk about monetizing your summit. Obviously, you get clients through your leads, but inside the summit, as far as people paying for your summit or paying for a VIP upgrade or sponsorships, let's talk about that for just a second.
So you want to, so the power in that really is people can come for free, but that VIP gets you all the gifts, right? So the VIP, maybe you want to watch somebody's video. Maybe they said something with us, hey, we do more of a workshop. I really encourage a lot of times in my summits to do a workshop. Reach out, engage with your audience. It's very powerful. Those are a few takeaways I've learned with Mike and working with Lynn and Colleen, is reaching out to people in these last few months to say, hey, let's engage. Let's be part of this. The next level with the VIP is you're supporting that host and all the speakers for having a great connection with you. And a lot of times when they give their VIP away, that should probably be something like a one-to-one call, because you want to know that that's powerful. If you're giving everybody a call, you can get that in the networking. When there's power in saying, hey, take this link today and let's connect. If you have the VIP, you can watch the videos forever. And that's why I use something like Event Raptor. People can go back in, your clients can go back in, they get all your VIP gifts, they connect, they get the power. They don't need another PDF. Honestly, your VIP gift should be something tangible where they can connect and get special and get close to you. And then sponsorships. What's great about sponsorships is doing something like For a Cause marketing, which we have a summit coming up for confronting domestic violence. And so in that summit, that is going to be specifically for fundraising, right? We want to get money, but we're knocking on doors. I used to work in Silicon Valley. Don't work there now. If I had the money and the connections, I'd be on a yacht signing a check, having Agape come out there, pick it up, have some fun, go get the check. But I don't have that power. I don't have that connections right now. Itself can have something called For a Cause marketing embedded in that, or you can have something like a sponsorship. It is a way to really say, hey, I want to give you a little something extra. Maybe somebody that signs up for a sponsor can be something like a keynote speaker. They get extra time. They get more podcasts. They get a live podcast. Maybe they get a special group of people. Maybe you introduce them to your network of people. Maybe you have some power referrals that you want to give them, but they have to be a sponsor. So that is money that's going to you, and it's going maybe to your cause or maybe to the cause of your bank account. That's okay. It's just to really refocus what you're doing and what your goal is.
I love that, Nicole. Lynn has a question for you. You're muted, Lynn.
Rats, what's the amount of time that you prefer someone to begin the process so that you have enough time to put it all together without you being? Excellent question.
On a summit, I've done it in under 6 weeks and made money on it.
Perfect.
You have a group of people. So here's the secret sauce. Colleen, Mike, I know, and Lynn have a powerful network of people that will show up tomorrow. And with that being said, they can have something at any time because their people know that it's powerful, that they're going to connect. Maybe it's something short. Maybe it's a speaker panel. I love speaker panels. People get an interview. We're not just talking about your cat or your dog. We're going to ask a few questions about your business. So you're getting like a mini little podcast. It used to be called a fireside chat, but there's no fireside to chat on. So people can do a little Q&A. They can have a bit of a hot seat, and then you can do a round robin and people can go, oh, now I didn't know that this lady Lynn talked about this cool legal shield thing. So she mentioned it in the speaker panel. I'm going to come back tomorrow and listen to her talk about more of what she does and how she does it. So that's a great way to do it. Again, it's marketing. You're collecting leads. So if you look at it that way, that's what you're doing. And if people are paying you to speak, whether they're paying $10 or $200, or they want a sponsorship, maybe you're just giving those speakers, maybe you're charging speakers $22 or whatever. What's the lead giveaway for you? Those leads are worth money. That's why Facebook gives you a free account. Your DNA, your bloodline is so worth money. They're pimping you out and you're giving it away for free. Use it on your people. Use it for good, not for bad.
I love that. Does anybody have any closing questions? Holly does. Go ahead.
Very quickly, do you think the best date and time to do a summit?
Normally, like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are fairly good days. It depends on your people. Maybe you have a group that connects on a Friday and Saturday. When does your group show up if you have a group? So normally those are the simple times, and it depends. Are you East Coast? Are your people more East Coast? They're going to show up, even if there's Pacific coasters. You can do something a little bit later in the day if you want to get that 2 o'clock hour. That gets a lot of different time zones together. So like Lynn's networking that she does, it's at 1 o'clock on Thursday, Lynn. That's a great time because you're getting that 12-hour time zones all around the world. So people can come in and leave or come later and get something in. And so that's what you're looking at. It's on a global scale, but you advertise it and have people share it.
Thank you.
And so building on that is going to be how often should you do a summit? Is it okay to do it twice a year, 5 times a year? What is that? And then is there a better month, season, quarter to do summits? Like
Well,
for instance, in my business, we were really slow on Mondays, and so I created an event for every Monday, right? In my brick and mortar business. And so is it that way online? I know a lot of entrepreneurs say that in the spring they're really slow. So should they be holding a summit then? Or are we looking at having the same return or not as many people because it's slow? Or will that draw people?
Yeah, okay. So that's great because hey, maybe Monday's slow, so you have something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? What is your business and how do you reach out to people? Do you know people show up? Sometimes you don't, and you have to try it. But what you get is you get a lot of video, you're still going to get people to sign up through cross different platforms. The other thing is normally if you do it quarterly, you can do it monthly. What are your people like? You have power partners. You have got something different here, Colleen, where you've got a strength and a connection where you have a membership and you're doing a service. So with like more of a software as a service, so SaaS programs, you get more into something with Ken with. You got virtual assistants, you got marketing. These are all things that get done in the background, but people need to see that there's a human between them. They need these services so you can get away with doing yours probably every couple months. Generally, It's every quarter. You can set it up and then you can do workshops in between it, or you could do speaker panels in between it.
Okay. All right. Anybody last questions?
So I think
Allie's got one.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to add to that, and Nicole, let me know if I'm mistaken, but I think it's a great idea to ask even our communities, like on stories or on LinkedIn, like to open a poll and say like, what day would you prefer, like this, what times, these kind of things, to see what wins, and plan it according to that.
You can, if you have a larger audience. If you have a smaller audience, that's not necessarily a good thing. You need to tell people, you need to tell people when to show up. What's good for you? It is your business. You need to start to take control back and to tell people when to show up. People want guidance. That's why all these lifestyle coaches are so big and prevalent right now, because they need guidance. They need to know when to show up. If you have a large group, perhaps you want to take a poll. But if you got 10 people in your audience, people are going to say what they want to say. Hey, Tuesday's better for me because I pick up the kids. Are you going to plan your summit around that? I mean, honestly, it may not sound nurturing, but it's kind. You don't want to waste your time. Don't waste your people's time. We need to get back to business and functionality. That's what the summit is about. If you find that your group of people respond better on Wednesday than Monday, that's great too. If you have a group that you're connected to, if you have a smaller group that you're connected to and they say, absolutely not on Sunday, my kid plays soccer, I go to church, then don't do it on Sunday. You really have to do the research and you really have to detach yourself in some of those circumstances, because you'll spend a lot of time worrying about if people show up.
Very good. All right. Holly, do you have another question? Your hand is still up. No? Okay.
No, I forgot to take it down.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate everyone coming. I hope this was hugely beneficial and people learned a lot. And I will save the chat notes and have those available if anybody wants them. And we will be back next week. Who do we have next week, Ken? Do you know off the top of your head? Is it me? Ken's guessing. Is it me, really? I don't even know what day it is. It is me next week. Hey, it's me next week.
Yeah.
I should get prepared to talk. Actually, next week we're going to talk more about the summit, and I'm going to try to get some of my power partners to come so we can just answer questions. So it should be interesting and fun. So I'd love to see you guys there. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you guys for being here. It's great.